covered for Alpha Red. Yeah, they swapped them out. I was going to say, probably not wise, but then the triple comes through. Will be on the Aerie, the Tara, and the Murad. So Murad, again, being picked up by Alpha Red. Last time they had this on their roster, they completely wiped day 5 out of the running of that game, and they're going to be trying to repeat that performance against ST, but they are stiff competition.
It's all on Kit and Shadow to make sure they take down Zhanyo. They need to get on Zhanyo, remove him from the fight as soon as possible. And I think Kit and Shadow, if they can work in tandem, they can get that done. And hopefully, if they get rid of the Violet, it opens them up to be able to take out the rest of the ST lineup.
And that's the thing. As soon as we saw Zhanyo go untouched in the team fight, completely won. Like that was the fight they won. Whereas previously they jumped onto Zhanyo early in the game, early in the fight, able to get the pick, but instead they picked off the Zill. And they were still 5v4, but it didn't matter because when you have Violet pumping out the amount of damage that she does, which is why she's constantly banned all the time, you just can't stand up to that. And especially if she's in the backline, the terrain helped out as well. Obviously coming in from their own jungle, only that 1 point of entry, and they couldn't get through the front line of Ting on the Scud.
Well, we'll see whether Murad is going to have a repeat of that last series where Kit just blows up in the face of his enemy. Begin to map 2 of this third best of 3 series to decide who's going to be taking a bracket slot and going up against SMG tomorrow. A fun fact is that the translation from the Chinese of Scud is actually Scott, who is actually also playing on the ST roster, but he's playing Arduin instead. There's a couple of fun translations. Butterfly becoming Blade Bunny. This is the Google translation, we should point out. Yeah, Google translation of it. Aries translation is Love is Love. It's Blade Baby for Butterfly. It's Blade Baby, sorry. L'Oreal translates to Radish. That's Toro is Cow Devil. Cow Devil, fair enough. I think there's a couple of other funny ones in this as well. Yeah, we'll see if we can find out any more. But for now, it's going to be ST matching up against Alpha Red. They certainly have their fans in the crowd there. Alpha Red bringing along their supporters, trying to find their home crowd. Well, they've trailed the series 0-1 at the moment. You can potentially force out the third game now. There's no early game shenanigans like there was last time. Everything's being a lot more passive. You can see Scott and Wise don't think they have the information about each other, but they don't want to take the risk of being spotted out just yet. As we get to that 2-minute mark, that's when the play comes around. Whether they'll go for the Spirit Sentinel into Abyssal Dragon. You can see Alpha Red moving up towards it now. They've got the vision control with Wise in that bush. They know exactly what they're going to have to deal with. So Wise is going to block him off while Kip gets to work on this Dragon. Ting is there ready and waiting for them to rotate down towards that Abyssal Dragon, so he's going to zone them off. The Spirit Sentinel will just be taken. Again, Murad just dropping that ultimate. Such a low cooldown that it won't matter, but it has such a high impact in terms of its damage. It's all about stalling out for ST. If they can keep Alpha Red away from this, they can take it. Yeah, already gone. Oh, Zhanyo is able to pick it up. Taos tried to go in for the steal, but he's going to pay for it with his life. Who's going to pick up the kill? Ting gets first blood, jumps over the wall, follows it up with a second, but Murad finds one of his own. He's going to trade it back over onto Hualin on that Zill. They are just going to fall back. 2 for 1 on the trade, and the Abyssal Dragon ST start off strong. Alpha Red need to rely on the late game coming out from Murad. When it starts getting to the point where he has a 5-second cooldown on his ultimate, that's when it becomes a real threat for ST, because he can safely chunk out the entire health bar of an enemy team. Oh, Ting, what are you doing? Overextended. You can't do that, especially against the Murad. Taos will secure the kill. And they bring the scoreline even. Still a 1k gold advantage from that Abyssal Dragon going over to ST. Not just the Abyssal Dragon, it's also just from the laning phase as well. Typically, ST are spending longer in these lanes than Alpha Red are, and that's how they're accruing these small advantages in the early game. And they're just keeping on top of it throughout the entirety of this matchup. And they maintain the snowball and look to win through that method. Last Hope coming in to try and steal the might buff, but Ting is there. Taos close enough, but it's too late to do anything about that buff. There's Murad trying to get some poke damage down with the ultimate, but not really landing anything. Out of the zone, Hualin just playing the edge game. He tries to invade on the jungle. Murad will find the challenge. His ultimate will be still available, but Kit is already taken really very low. Hualin
forces him to back off, but Lover over in the top lane now has 3 players to contend with. They aren't there to back him up just yet. Lover dashes out, flickers over the wall, and the knockup from Scott is going to save his life, but Last Hope is there to pick up the pieces. Scott now versus 3. He's on his own, has the backup coming in from Ting and is tanky enough to survive, but they don't find anything, and Alpha Red get a good pick. Oh, in the bot lane, we have Violet going in over onto Taos. Will be pushed back under turret, and the damage going through so strong. Shanyo playing very well on the Violet.
Will pick up the Scout, let that go through the jungle, and if he did do that very quickly, he will spot. There's a Raz and a Murad on that bot side of the map, so he can't pressure the tower. He's going to start the Abyssal Dragon. He's got no support in the area just yet.
Arduin's coming in to help.
Yeah,
but
well, the Scout spotted out Raz, so he knew he had to back off for now because he wasn't alone. They pulled it too far away. It's going to reset it. Yes, they know Murad. They know there's a lot of pressure on the bot side of the map. It's to be expected when Abyssal Dragon is up. What bothers me is that ST has currently got 2 members on the top side. They're now beginning to rotate down to the middle lane. I believe Zill's going to go pick up the Sage buffer to make his way there. Still a lot of attention on the bot side of the map, and here's a collapse coming in from Alpha Red.
The damage from Zhanyo is so strong, but walled up. Has to try and get over the wall with a tumble, and now able to retreat back to the safety of the turret. Starts to dish out the damage. The Abyssal Dragon has been started up, but it's just going to go and get reset health regen coming through. And they're going to push Alpha Red off the position.
Yeah, so Zephyrus is going up to match the pressure from Ari so this tower doesn't go down. Because they've still got the time, because the Abyssal Dragons have not been attacked. Zephyrus can clear the wave quite quickly and begin his rotation down. They're just hoping that ST can either take the Abyssal Dragon or stall out this fight long enough before Ari gets there to make it a 5v4.
Only punish that will be available will be on Hualin and Lover, but they are going to go in. The Abyssal Dragon's still up, but there it goes, and it's going to be Hualin to pick it up. No kills just yet. They are going to back it off, but Scott trying to chase up Wise. The knock-up from Arduin and Zhanyo is going to back it up. With Scott tanking, it's only a matter of time. The turret shot will not claim a life, and that is Zhanyo starting his run. And Hualin taken very low by the Murad. Kit has to dash back out, though.
So I really like what the play there from Lover to go and match the pressure from Shadow. It's necessary to stop Free Tower from going down. And he knows that if he can stay up there and at least cut off Ari or progress down the map faster than her, that they wouldn't lose anything by him being missing. So the only time it becomes a problem is if it creates a 5v4 around the Abyssal Dragon. Luckily, they're just matching the pressure around the map and not letting any slight holes in their armor to allow Alpha Red to come back into this game.
Something that, oh, no, I'll hold my tongue, because Tao's in a spot of bother down the bot lane.
He's got the Shanyo,
yeah, Shanyo popped the ult, but it's not going to be enough. Scott, though, 1 versus 3 over towards the Spirit Sentinel. Won't be too unhappy to give that one up. It's not the end of the world. It's one of the minor objectives on the map, and when you have the pressure from Zhanyo in the bot lane, against only Last Hope with Ting to back him up as well, it's really not the sort of thing you want to be going for, but they have realized that. Zhanyo gets jumped on completely, decimated by Last Hope and the Murad as well. They're going to follow it up onto Ting, tries to go over the wall, but there's a double kill for Last Hope.
Okay, so you've done that. You now need to counter that pressure in your waves, preferably the mid lane. 4 members around there, they should be looking to challenge down that mid lane tower, or at least go and stop Hualin from decimating Shadow. So they're actually going to go for the gank instead of pressuring the tower. Wise decision. I don't think the wave was in the right place for them to do that.
Oh, wow.
Hualin picks up the kill, and the rest of Alpha Red are there for vengeance. I don't think he can get away from this.
No, he's just going to get shut down. Last Hope again picking up the kill, brings himself to 4 total. So most kills in the game, actually, over on the Alpha Red side. But ST just playing this game of money. They've had a consistent gold lead across all of their games so far today. And even if, you know, they lose these little skirmishes, they maybe get ganked, they lose a player, they go for 1-for-1, but they're always doing something else. And Zhanyo is doing the Abyssal Dragon. He's at the point now where he can just solo it, and with Ting on the back to back him up, they have the punish available, and it's just going to go over to ST once more.
Yeah, uncontested at this point. ST is starting to get really far ahead in this matchup, and they're starting to put Alpha Red to shame and potentially send them down to the decider match, which will be match 5. And they'll get one more chance to see if they can get through to the bracket stage. But ST, they're on the brink of victory.
No. Taos, you're going far too deep, my friend, but he is able to pick up the kill. The turret nearly finishing off the kill. And Arduin's trying to rotate in. Murad on the flank as well, so I don't think they want to be going for this 2v2, but Scott has other ideas. The dash coming on in. But they just back it off. There's the ultimate from Kitten.
There's nothing wrong with ST attempting that 2v2 because they're on their side of the map with the turret right next to them, whereas Alpha Red don't have that outer turret to fall back on. So if worse comes to worse and the engagement starts to go south, they can at least fall back to the safety. And if Alpha Red wanted to commit to it, they'd be taking on a third member, which would be the tower. So I don't think there's any problem with it. I just don't like how we saw Violet get to that position where she's being taken down by a Tara. Tara just needs to pop ult and run down. The lower Tara's health is, the more damage she's going to be dealing. So you need to kind of get burst in there rather than sustained damage.
Ting jumps on into the brush, and there's the ultimate from Murad, just shredding straight through to any of Ting's defenses. That
just shredding through anything.
That's good. That's good.
That's what you said.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh. I like it.
Yeah, but you didn't.
I didn't. It was unintentional, but it's funniest thing I've said all day.
Lover is gonna get scary bad.
Oh, out of the brush and into the fire. Lover will meet his maker in the jungle.
Well, now Alpha Red have got the pressure on this mid lane tower. That's surely going to be going down. Scott trying to disengage with the knockup. He's jumped into 4 members of the team. Howland's not going to be enough to stop this down, but he finds Kit.
Zhanyo on the flank as well. They're going to come in, and the damage rains down. There's a shutdown for Zhanyo onto Last Hope, and he's going to be Hualin chasing onto Wise. Misses the blades, trying to find it. Has the teleport available soon, but the dash over the wall is going to save Wise's life, and Ormar gets away, but ST with a very nice reversal on the team fight.
Looking for Ari. Mike Bob's going to go over. Zhanyo from the side with Violet.
So much damage coming out. 5 kills on the board for this Violet, and just proving how much it's worth to them in their comp and why ST went for this comp in the first game. They're just doing it again. They are repeating their performance. Over a 5k gold lead now. 3 versus 3. It's not a fight you want to take with Zhanyo there, but Murad's trying to go for it. Teleports back out. Thinks better of it. Back to the clone, and Abyssal Dragon now on the cards. Uncontested.
Yeah, easy pickup. Meanwhile, Howland takes that in the top. He's going to need to fall back, though. He's got 3 members to deal with. He might be able to get the Constellation Killer Towels, but Kit is there to make sure that does not happen.
The regen as well coming through from the Tara. Here's the replay on the fight over towards the mid side. So you can see Scott being burst down, but there's the regen coming out, and they are just going to roll on in. Hualin wades in to the fight, and they just burst down the rest of the team, and their health bars disappear.
Positioning around the Darkslayer, I think more for vision and information than anything. I don't think they're anywhere near being able to get that Darkslayer down this stage in the game. Rotating 4 members to the mid lane, applying some pressure on that. They've only taken 1 tower so far this game. Going to need to take a lot more to get a victory, and being able to have that much information on their side of the map and the safety to gather that information with the towers still being up, it makes it difficult for Alpha Red to pull the wool over the eyes of ST in regards to a Darkslayer play. They're still trying anyway, looking around in that bush with 3 members waiting for someone to pick out. Scott just going to send in a scouting shot in the moment. Wise still gets knocked up despite jumping over the wall.
Yeah, still just in range. Last Hope knocked up as well, but it's not going to matter. They're just doing that more for information than anything else. We could see a collapse again over towards the top side of the map, but positioning from Lover will mean he is safe and sound underneath his turret.
So Zephyrus will get that farm under the turret. Ari and Murad are nearby. They have the damage to be able to take Lover down if he stretches too far forward, but they're being called across the map to the mid lane now. 20 seconds up on the Abyssal Dragon. All the control of Alpha Red's blue side jungle is in the hands of ST. And they're starting to rotate back up, see if they can find anything on their travels. All 5 members on the top side of the map. Abyssal Dragon is going to be up shortly, but they're not too concerned about that. Want to go on to Last Hope, he manages to get out.
But he is going to get collapsed on, and Taos just picks up the kill with the rest of his team bursting out the damage. Scott has to dash away. Ting trying to dissuade any more aggression coming out from Alpha Red, but they have a good position on the Darkslayer at the moment, even versus 4 though, with Zhanyo still up. You need to be careful. They're going in for the fight. Murad trying to dissuade them, and I think Alpha Red just want to back off of this one and spread out, clock their waves, because in bot lane is pushing in.
Yeah, that was Violet doing some work earlier on in the bottom lane, still hopping around there. May go for the solo Abyssal Dragon if enough members of Alpha Red show in the top side of the map.
Oh, Murad could be on Zhanyo.
Murad. He's going to have to back off, but no, Murad has decided that he's not in a position. I mean, if you look at Kit's health...
Violet, you're alone versus 3. You're going to get jumped on. This is disastrous. ST lose their hyper carry, and Zhanyo just falls down with a bit of a weird rotation. They knew where they were on the map. that should have been called out. He just walked straight into a brush.
I don't think ST can fight this without Janyo on the map. Lover does miss the damage on for last hope. He's going to return with the knockup. Kit's there as well. This is bad for Lover who wants to stay, but Ting from the side.
Last Hope jumps back over the wall to escape any more damage. Kit still available, has the ult, will try and zone it out, but he's burst down very, very low. Lover on the back, dashes away, still up, but Wise is so close to going down now. So far a 1-for-1 trade. Wise will just get shut down. Ting picks it up, and the trade trying to be turned onto Scott, dashes away, and they come out with a 2-for-1 trade. On an unfavorable fight, ST playing that well.
You're starting to see the reason why there's so much priority on the Zill for ST. In those close-range encounters, Zill is just shredding everybody with his abilities. The amount of damage he must have output in that last fight was obscene. So even without Janyu, in those confined spaces, it's all on Hualin, on this Zill, to make the damage work. And he's able to shred through the entirety of Alpha Red.
Shadow now just sat up in the top lane, has Last Hope in the wings. Try and go for this one, but finally ST going to start up the Dark Slayer, and there's no contest here. Alpha Red completely missing the beat on this.
Okay, so let's look at where the waves are right now. Top wave is about to crash into the inner tower, so they're sending Hualin up there. Gonna need someone else to match it. I don't think anyone can survive the one-on-one. And look, 3 members are going top. They've seen Shadow top. They know he's solo. They're going to force him away or take that themselves. In the meantime, Violet and Arduin trying to get control of the mid lane to push that one up so they can meet the 2 waves at the same time. Kit gets the consolation prize of the Abyssal Dragon, the first for Alpha Red, but it's too little too late. He's going down. He was debating whether to go down into bot lane. He's now decided he needs to come back because Dark Slayer, 5 members of the team, they're already winning these fights. They've now lost their mid-high ground tower. This is what ST need.
Arduin with the double knock-up. Wise taken very low, has to go out straight away. Taos falls first, and ST find the rest of the Alpha Red members. Murad trying to do all the damage he can, but it's not going to be enough. ST push on through while Lin jumps on, finds himself plenty of kills. 3 go down, and Alpha Red are decimated. The push into the base looking to be coming out from ST, but I don't think they're going to be able to finish it just here.
They can finish it when the wave comes in.
The wave starts to crash.
They
Shadow.
haven't got the range, but they've got the damage. As long as they can have someone tank the tower before they get into the range of the core, this is it. Ting starts things off for the end of the game.
Through. Shadow burst down very, very low, taken out almost to the bone, but not quite finished off. But the core will go through, and ST take it 2-0 with a 16-minute game versus Alpha Red.
3 minutes longer than last time. 13 minutes last the game.
They learned a little bit of a lesson, but not quite the whole thing.
We just keep learning that Taiwan is a scary region to go against.
Absolutely, but that does mean that they will be progressing in the bracket to the quarterfinals against the other Taiwanese team, SMG. You're right. I wasn't watching the screen.
Yeah, no, it's fine.